Hey everyone, it's Colin here at eTrailer, and today we have a 2018 Hyundai Tucson. Now we're going to go ahead and do a test fit of this Thule Wingbar Evo roof rack system. This is going to mount to the flush side rails on your Tucson. It's going to be a nice rack to put on top so you can get your favorite rooftop accessories loaded up. You could have a couple bike racks, because being able to get bike racks up there and not have to cram them inside your Hyundai, especially if they're dirty mountain bikes, you don't want to get the interior of your car dirty. You could throw a couple kayaks up there, but we know that you're not going to get even one kayak in here, so being able to throw a couple on top of your roof, being able to get out to the water with your friend or your spouse is definitely a huge advantage. Even if you want to just get a cargo box up here for more storage space for those longer trips, that's an option as well. Now, like I said, this is going to mount to the flush side rails of your Tucson. We have a couple of different parts making up its roof rack. We'll start up top and work our way down. Up top, we have these 47-inch long WingBar Evo Crossbars. You can see they're in black right now, but they're also available in silver. So if you think that'll match your Tucson better, or you just like silver more than black, you can pick those up here at eTrailer. Both kits are available. We have a nice aerodynamic shape on these crossbars that helps cut down on wind noise and drag while we're traveling. We can also access our T-slot by just flipping over that cap right there. We can just take our T-bolt accessory, slide it into the track right there, get it to the desired location, tighten it down, and then we are good to go. Now down here we have our Evo flush rail feet. This is kind of the middleman between our crossbars and our flush mounted side rails. Take the end cap off so you guys can see what it looks like. We're going to have the flush rail foot, and then we have the fit kit specifically designed for our Tucson. It includes two hooks, so we have this bracket on the outside, and then we have one on the inside as well. And then the pad that matches the contours of our flush side rails very well for a nice and secure fit. The hooks are rubber coated, and then the rubber pad obviously is not going to harm or scratch the finish of your side rail. Then we just have that one bolt right here that secures both brackets, and it also locks it into the channel of our wing bar. When we put the end cap back on, I do want to point out we have these plastic locks that come with your kit. However, if you want more security for your roof rack, you can just replace that with the Thule one-key system, and you can get one for each foot so that no one can just come up and take the end cap off and then remove your roof rack. Now, I do want to provide you guys with a few measurements. First, from the top of our roof to the bottom of our wing bar, it's going to be about 2 7/8 of an inch. That should be more than enough space to get your clamp-on accessories underneath your crossbar without risking damaging your rooftop. Obviously, you do want to be careful just not to throw stuff around. You might scratch it up. Now, if we go from the top of our flush side rail to the top of our wing bar, that's going to be about 4 inches. That's something to keep in mind because you do have that added height to your roof. Although with your Tucson, it's not a high-sitting vehicle, so you probably shouldn't have to worry about any of those low clearance situations, but it's definitely something you want to remember. Now, this wing bar setup does have a weight capacity of 220 pounds, so you're going to be able to get a lot of stuff up there, but I advise double checking your Tucson's owner's manual. Make sure that your roof can handle that weight before you load it up, and obviously go with the lower number. Now that we've gone over some of those features, I'll walk you guys through how to get this installed on your Hyundai. Now we've got the front crossbar installed. The second one's going to assemble and install the exact same way. So just going to flip it over, and what we need to do is kind of assemble our fit kit onto our flush rail foot. So what we're going to do is we have the flush rail foot. Take the first bracket, and they're actually labeled A, B, and C. Probably is too hard to see on camera, but there is an A right there. That lets you know that this bracket goes first with the two little prongs right here. They just go right in over top of that bolt. Hold it in place right there. The pad is going to be the B, and again, it says the B on there, right there. If you don't see it on camera, you'll see it in person. This will just go in place on the bottom. And you just push it down and in. Make sure you get it all the way up and in there. There we go. Now we have that bracket was A, the pad was B, and then we have this bracket is C. It just kind of hooks on right there and then goes through that hole. And then the last is going to be letter D, which is the bolt. You just thread it onto the bolt on the inside. Or I should say D is kind of the lock nut right here, or Thule's version of it. So we thread that on just a little bit. Everything's installed, so what we'll do now is take this top piece right here, and that's going to slide into the bottom channel of our crossbar. So right here, it's just going to go into the track. If you needed to, you might need to loosen up the clamp a little bit. There we go, now it's in there. You see it's loose, that's what we want, be able to slide it back and forth. Take the end cap and put it on. Now we're ready to get it on our roof. We'll just raise it over top and set it onto the flush side rails. You just need to make sure you get the clamps on both sides of the crossbar, and that pad should be sitting on top like so. Now from here we need to measure our crossbar spread, make sure it's the same on both sides. There's no set measurement. We just need to make sure it's at least 27.5 inches. So what we're going to do is measure from the front of our back crossbar to the front of our front crossbar. It's exactly 29 inches right now. We'll go ahead and stick with that. And again, make sure that it's the same on both sides before you begin tightening it down. Now I think it's easier just to use your hand to tighten it down first, as far as you can get it. Just goes a little bit faster than holding the tool. And then what we can do is grab our included tool and tighten it down the rest of the way. The tool will let you know when it's fully secure by giving you a couple loud audible clicks. Just like that, we know it's torqued down correctly. Now we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. Now we're going to take our end cap and put that on as well. Once you've got both of them installed, I always like to grab a hold of both of the crossbars and give the roof rack a good shake. Just make sure it's secure, go front and back, up and down. You can see the entire vehicle is moving. We know this thing's not going anywhere. But now we're ready to load up our favorite Thule rooftop accessories and then hit the road. Well, everyone, that's just gonna about do it for our test fit of this Thule Wingbar Evo roof rack system on our 2018 Hyundai Tucson.